Good day to you. Hello, Carmack or Sean. All right. Oh, I feel like I'm a little discombobulated because I jumped on like right at the last minute. So let's do this. All right. We're going to start with fire, go to earth, air, and water. This is what you need to know right now. Why is it doing that? Hold on. Okay, what you need to know right now. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. What you need to know right now. And your members, June only, or June monthlies will be coming out next week, right? Yes, next week. All right, fire signs, what you need to know right now. Ooh, that's a lot of cards right there. Aries, Leo, Sag. Interesting. All right, fire signs, overall energy for what you need to know right now. Number 32, door to spirit, and it is pertaining to number 38, toil and labor. It feels like whatever spiritual journey you've been on or whatever attempts or work you've been putting towards getting closer to spirit, like I'm seeing the Hermit is catching my eye, even though it's on the bottom. For some of you, there's been some form of a spiritual awakening, feeling of literally going through it, if you will, trying. It feels as though you're finally coming through, like there's some connection, some ascension, something being made. We have a 6 of Pentacles, which tells me not only is there balance, but the balance is also calling in some form of a windfall for you as well. With a Queen of Pentacles, interesting because I'll get to why it's interesting in a minute, but the Queen of Pentacles specifically is Capricorn energy, but it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could just be the energy, or it could be a person coming in. Somebody may be offering a job or finances or a gift of sorts. But the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very grounded, stable, financially secure. They like the finer things in life, and they like to show their appreciation and love through gift giving. We have the Tower card, Scorpio, Aries. There's something life-changing taking place for you. I heard be it soon. So I feel like it's taking place very soon. In your underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 43, man holding a coin, which is why I found it interesting that you have 2 pentacle energies here, which again could be any type of earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this man holding a coin is pertaining to number 23, courthouse. So for some of you, the windfall is coming through some kind of a final judgment being made in a court situation. But the courthouse to me feels like final judgment. It feels like balance coming through, and it doesn't have to be pertaining to a court. It could be energetically some kind of a final decision, judgment being made, and that opens the floodgates, if you will. We have the Strength card, Leo energy, and the Sun, Leo energy. So here's the deal. I feel like whatever this situation is that's taking place is not only bringing balance in some form of a windfall, but I feel like you're taking your power back. And the Sun, the happiest card in the deck, creativity, joy, happiness, abundance, all coming in for you. I almost don't want to clarify, but let's do some clarifying, shall we? What is the 6 of Pentacles? Interesting. 6 of Pentacles is being clarified by the 3 of Wands, the 7 of Cups, and the 6 of Pentacles. So you've got the 6 of Pentacles being clarified by the 6 of Pentacles. I feel like this is something you've been waiting for. They say waiting for your ships to come in, but I feel like it's some kind of a dream or desire or heartfelt wish. And it is not only bringing balance, but some form of financial abundance, which could show up in any way. It could be the loan you've been trying to get. It could be, the mortgage, the car loan. It also could just be some kind of bonus coming through for you. I will note that we have the Lovers on the bottom, some form of a soulmate connection. That could be this Queen of Pentacles that we're seeing. But let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Nice. Queen of Pentacles is being clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Wands, and the Six of Wands. So whether this is somebody you're dealing with or it's just an energy, either way, we have emotional sovereignty and wish fulfillment. When it comes to the Nine of Wands, this is all about the wounds and all the things that you've been carrying around for far too long, things that just have not served you. And what I like about it being sandwiched between the Six of Wands is recognition. It's also, for some, a small level of fame. It could be, again, like you're being recognized through work or community, receiving some kind of an award or something to that extent. I like it sandwiched in there because we're talking about having emotional sovereignty. We're no longer attached to these dramas. We're not living our life that way. We're not going after heartfelt wishes pertaining to these wounds. And even better, we have the Ten of Wands on the bottom, which tells me that you're dropping all the burdens, the baggage. Now, it could be somebody that you're dealing with, but in essence, I feel like the message is still the same, even if this is a person we're talking about, that you're coming at the situation more emotionally sovereign. So you're not getting sucked in or dramatizing things because of past experiences. What is the Tower card? Tower is being clarified by the Four of Cups, the Page of Wands in the reverse, and the Seven of Wands. That's an interesting combo. This is all about being unsatisfied or even rejection with the emotional opportunities being given, a lack of passion, drive, and forward momentum. And more than anything, it's about feeling the need to protect oneself from other energies, possibly being very standoffish, confrontational. What I find interesting is that it's the Tower, which tells me that I feel like this was your energy or currently is, and that's shifting and changing as the door to spirit continues to open. Because we have on the bottom of the deck the Ace of Pentacles and the Star. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn on the Ace of Pentacles, the Star, Aquarius, just Aquarius. So I feel like there is a windfall, a new opportunity coming in, and the Star. And I feel gone wish fulfillment, faith in the future. And I feel gone are the days of unsatisfied emotional opportunities, lack of desire, forward momentum, and creativity. And no longer feeling the need to push against or fight. Interesting. I heard you've been fighting for your limitations. I feel like that's coming to an end. Underlying, what is the Strength card? Strength is being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles, the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. You're definitely taking your power back. The work, energy, and effort that you put in has allotted you to see things from a new perspective. You could have even been putting forth the work, energy, and effort to be able to surrender oneself or ego, if you will, in order to see things more clearly from, I heard a bird's eye view, which to me feels like spirit. And we're no longer self-sabotaging. We're no longer lying to ourselves or others, if you will. What's the Sun? One more. All right. The Sun is being clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Cups. Could be dealing with a Cancer specifically, but it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. If you're not dealing with another person, this is the energy of somebody who's kind, caring, compassionate. It is somebody who's highly intuitive, psychic, emotional. They feel things very deeply. What I will say is I feel like this is somebody else, even if they're not a water sign. It feels like somebody is coming back around, and or if you would emotionally detach from a person, they're coming back around. If you're like, no way, there's nobody else, there's no water sign, then it's you who had emotionally detached from your own heart, your own emotions, and you're coming back around. But I feel like there is a person, whether you're aware of it or not. This is the underlying energy. Page of Pentacles tells me that there's an opportunity coming in, and this person is coming back around. With the High Priestess, Pisces energy specifically, you're being led and guided to follow your intuition pertaining to this person. This is the final judgment, something grounded and stable. You have number 52 today. Something's taking place today. Oh, nice. Okay, we have apology. I'm not yet over what happened, but an apology could begin to mend things. Safe space. I accept and respect you for who you are and ask only for the same in return. And gift. I offer something from the heart, an unexpected blessing to brighten your path. I definitely feel like you are dealing with another person. And again, whatever this is coming back through around today. Soulmate does not have to be a lover or a relationship. It could be a friend, a family member. It could be literally anything. Anybody, a boss, you know, a client. Like, broaden your horizons. Open your visual stance. All right, I'm going to shuffle and we will move on to earth signs. Karmic, you seem to be the only one that showed up. That's all right. It's the time. I just can't seem to please everybody with the time. Huh. And there's a rush. The reason I had tried to switch it off at 12 is because of the coaching, but I realized that I have a 15-minute window. Hence the mild rush of me jumping on here. Working and making time. I like it. I appreciate you. Thank you for the cards, by the way. I would have used them today, but like I said, I jumped from one to the next, and it was kind of a quick fly by the seat of my pants kind of thing, so. It's warm in here. Only like 3 more decks to shuffle. Well, I handpicked all the ones on that list, so even though some of them were picked quite some time ago, it's still, I enjoy all of them. Yes. And it's nice not knowing what I'm getting. Okay. last deck. All right, earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? All right, earth signs. Overall energy for this reading, we have number 33, door to romance, pertaining to number 18, child. It's interesting because the first that came to me when I saw child was that it was like a childlike innocence that go back in time, if you will, to when you've had your first crush. It's kind of like I'm feeling that energy when it comes to this door to romance. Like somebody's really brought you back to that fun energy, that joy, that giddiness. We have the Sun card, the happiest card in the deck, Leo energy, which feels very much like it's joy, happiness, abundance, prosperity, success, creativity. But this feels very much like I just feel overwhelmed with giddiness, like bringing you back to, like, you're acting like a child, but not in a bad way. like, oh, not like you need to grow up, like that just giddy excitedness, right? We have the death card, Scorpio energy, which tells me that we're transmuting this, right? It's transmuting, shifting from one energy to another. To what? Did I say Scorpio on that? The Fool, Aries, Aquarius, which is a brand new beginning, a new cycle, taking a leap of faith. Like this feels so, it's like we're shifting our happiness into something new, pushing into something new. In your underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 52, Goddess of the Moon. Well, the Goddess of the Moon is feminine energy. It also is about being connected to the hidden secrets, hidden emotions. It also does respond as well to intuition and heightened spiritual gifts. This is pertaining to number 31, bad health. I feel like if there's some form of a health issue, you're going to get past it. But I also feel like there's some kind of healing taking place, and it's pertaining to something hidden. And in the respect of, that's interesting, I heard hidden magic medicine. Something deep within that could be causing some form of a health issue. For others of you, you are able to, this might be a little deep, so maybe not everybody, but you're able to know energetically people's illnesses. Does that make sense? Like you're able to sense it on some level. We have the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, which is all about gaining a new perspective pertaining to the 9 of Pentacles, which fulfillment, yes, but also being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor. There's something pertaining to this new perspective to shift your energy in order to shift out of some kind of a health. Well, I heard health scare. So I don't even know if this is, I heard emergence. So for a lot of you, I feel like this is something that you're fearful of that isn't so. Could have been on your mother's side or maternal side, that it's like some kind of, hidden fear or expectancy because of somebody that's been through it, or like you think it runs in the family kind of issue. I feel like there's a need to gain a new perspective, because you're wrong. Just saying that. Okay. What's the sun? Ooh, I'm bending cards over here. Nice. By the way, you have all major arcanas down here, which is huge. And to clarify, what better than to clarify the sun with all major arcanas? The Magician, Gemini, Virgo, the Hermit, Virgo, and the Star, Aquarius. So the sun is being clarified. Your joy, happiness, you're creating this. With the Hermit card, it's about going within and truly finding your truth, your desire, what lights you up, your North Node, what it is that you came here to be, do, or have. And then we have the wish fulfillment. I feel like I heard lesson, and then I heard note to self. You've created some kind of, I heard spiritual vortex. In essence, you created this shift and change from within. You're bringing this energy out. You're creating it. And the person that it's directed towards, if it's a person, and I mean, it's door to romance, I would assume it's a person, but is just mirroring something back to you. This is something that you created, and it's your true higher self. It's not actually even child energy. It is your spirit self. Interesting. What is the Death card? Okay. So what it is that you transmuted, or you're in the process of transmuting, is the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Strength card. Leo energy. I feel like that could be the bad health. I'm just going to throw that out there. Which is going to affect other areas and aspects of life. It'll affect your finance. It'll affect everything. Friendships, family, whatever. I feel like what you're transmuting is you're turning some heartfelt wish, some desire, some love, some intuitive gifts, what have you. You're taking this fear, stress, anxiety, overthinking, overanalyzing. This is the dark depths. This is what's hidden. This is what needs to come to light. And I feel like what you're doing is you're taking your power back from it. You're following your heart through the fire. Like, it almost feels like not only a spiritual awakening, but it feels very much like a phoenix rising. Like you're definitely transmuting and taking your power back. And then we have the Hanged Man again. You're gaining a new perspective. You're no longer being sat in the fear, stressing, anxiety, the false narratives that for whatever purpose you've decided to believe on some level at some point. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay. The Fool card is being clarified by the Ace of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, the Seven of Wands, the King of Cups, specifically Pisces, but it's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and the Wheel of Fortune, which is Pisces, Sagittarius. Lots of Pisces on this one. So this leap of faith, I feel like, again, brand new emotional experience. And although I feel like there is a desire to protect it, or in essence, not allow other people's energies to crumble your new experience or your love or your joy, I feel like more than anything, this could pertain to a water sign, specifically Pisces. Again, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Highly intuitive, psychic, kind, caring, compassionate energy. I feel more than anything, you're protecting this new emotional experience. Now, again, whether it's a person you're dealing with, specifically water sign or not, it also pertains to your intuitive psychic abilities. And again, I feel like there's a need to, and it's not even like protection in essence. It's almost like you're blocking other energies from penetrating it, which could look something like this. Like, oh, I just started this new relationship, and a friend pops off with, well, be careful. You know what, those, blondes are like, or it's like putting these weird ickies into your vibe, right? Which in the moment you could blow off, but maybe later down the road, you're like, oh, maybe blondes are a bad thing. It's like protecting the self from other people's energy that feels a little bit, I heard offensive and abrasive. But again, you could be dealing with a water sign, or it's just you embodying that energy. And the Wheel of Fortune is things getting moving after a time of stagnancy, seemingly out of nowhere, getting progress, and again, some form of a windfall. I feel like this new beginning isn't... I don't know that you necessarily need to feel protected, but it almost, again, is kind of not putting yourself in the situation where somebody's going to poo-poo all over your dreams and desires. And the way you do that is to not speak of them to mass people, right? Unless you know for sure somebody who is always like, oh, that's so great, and really truly has your best interest, not by telling you negative things, but by building you up, pumping you up, being like, yeah, that's awesome, I'm super excited for you, things like that. So in the underlying energy, what is the Hanged Man? Nice. Okay. Hanged Man. What are we getting a new perspective on? The Three of Swords. The fact that our thoughts is what's hurting us. It's breaking our own heart, causing emotional discord and damage, hence the bad health. So again, I don't care. Bad health doesn't mean that you're, sick in bed dying on your deathbed. It could mean anything. Like, oh, I have this chronic neck ache. It's probably because you're carrying things that happened 20 years ago, the weight of the world on your shoulders, as they say. I have this knee pain. Maybe because when you were 10, you scraped your knee, but you constantly told a story about it. And roughly every 10 years, some knee injury takes place. So this is letting you know you're gaining a new perspective on the fact that your thoughts are what are creating your reality. The Hermit card, again, Virgo energy. Love it twice, which tells me that, again, there's a spiritual awakening taking place. Now, whether you're in the midst of it or you're about to take that plunge, good for you. Good on you. Ace of Cups, because why? You want a brand new emotional experience. Again, an opening of spiritual gifts, but also to be able to view the world for what it truly is. Ace of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. What is the Nine of Pentacles? All right. Nine of Pentacles, wish fulfillment, 10 of Wands, dropping the burdens, 3 of Pentacles. That's kind of interesting because it feels like whatever collaboration, I feel like you're letting things go. For some of you, it's pertaining to some kind of a work group that you're needing to drop the burdens. With the Page of Wands, that's passion, drive, and forward momentum. For others of you, you could be letting drama go at work, but I also feel more so that the majority of you might be going off on your own to follow your own creative endeavors and to leave some kind of a collaborative effort, work group, whatever the case may be. All right. Earth signs. November. So anywhere from now to November is when all of this takes place. Safe space. I accept and respect you for who you are and ask only for the same in return. Could be somebody saying that to you or you saying that to somebody. I'm going to shuffle, read the chat, and we will move on to air signs. Okay. Okay, you guys are silly. Anyway, shuffling. Hello, Reaction King. Happy Wednesday, everybody. By the way, it's Wednesday. Hey, Sean, did you figure out where you're moving? I only have to giggle a little. Did you make a choice? Did you make a decision? Oh. So in other words, you're not moving? Not right now, anyway. Hey, don't knock it till you try it. Nothing wrong with living in a car. Well, one day, if you decide that you want to take the manifestation course, you let me know. That's interesting. Okay. Air signs, right? Yes, air. Air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channeled messages that come my way. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you're dealing with. You know what just hit me? Now I can't say it. I was going to say that the first two readings were actually quite amazing. And I think I was almost going to apply it to all of the readings, but we still have air and water to go, and I shouldn't speak yet on that. Okay, air. Let's see. Air signs. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Overall energy is number 26, hostility. Pertaining to number 13, wealthy man, and number 38, toil and labor. I'm going to go on a limb here and say that the hostility is pertaining to a wealthy man. I don't feel like you're the wealthy man. I feel like we're talking about the man. Now, whether it's a man or a woman, with toil and labor, it feels like slave labor, like feeling like you're angry pertaining to work, or that you're working for, it just feels almost like a lot of times people will say things like, oh, the rich keep getting rich, and why am I doing all the work when this guy, gets to take 400 vacations and he doesn't do anything. He's just the owner or like the manager or the boss or whatever. That's what it feels like to me. Like we are pushing outward our stress and frustrations as opposed to shifting internally. We have the Hermit card, Virgo energy, which is all about shifting internally. It is akin to a spiritual awakening. It is going within, figuring out what you're truly passionate about, what your North Node is, what your wish fulfillment is, and then making a decision, a solid decision, and going for it. Doesn't matter how. We don't have to worry about the how. We just have to decide what it is that we desire and go towards it. You want to be the wealthy man, the big boss man or woman, that's what you go for. There's no getting angry or pointing fingers at other people, or it's stuck energy. Hostility is so overrated. Gets you nowhere. Anyways, we have a King of Pentacles. You could be dealing with a Virgo. That's twice now Virgo's popped out, with the Hermit and now the King of Pentacles. Specifically, but it's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So you could be working with an earth energy. Could be in your chart, and or it's just the energy, which is the King of Pentacles is somebody who is, well, wealthy. They're grounded. They're stable. They like the finer things in life. Some of them, quite frankly, have the Midas touch because this is their realm. They are the earth energy. They're very well off. Most of them will have their own home and or business, things of that nature. We have a Sun card, the happiest card in the deck. Now, this is the third element that got the Sun card. This is Leo energy, joy, happiness, abundance, prosperity, and creativity. I feel like you're being called to go within, to ground into your desires and create wealth for yourself, and find your own sun. We will clarify though, although I'm pretty much right on normally. I'm just going to say that. In your underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, probably aren't aware of. We have number 46, the thinking man. Well, that's your energy, air signs, overthinking, overanalyzing. How do I know that this is not thinking positively and lightheartedness and spiritually? Why? Because it's pertaining to number 33, concern, fear, stress, anxiety, anger, frustration. However, we do have an Ace of Swords. This is clarity, truth, cutting through the veil of illusion. This is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is you. This is a new way of thinking and believing. And it's an ace, meaning that you're ending an old cycle. Probably feels kind of uncomfortable, but you're also taking your power back with the Strength card, Leo energy. We do have a 4 of Pentacles, which tells me that there's something you're still holding on to. But most likely finances. But we're going to find out. We're going to clarify what it is that you're holding on to. It feels like it's probably a commitment to a certain way of thinking or believing that isn't serving you. But let's clarify. What's the Hermit? Nice. Hermit is being clarified by the Page of Wands, passion, drive, forward momentum, Queen of Wands. You could be dealing with an Aries. Have that in your chart, specifically Aries, but it's Aries, Leo, Sag. If not, this is, again, the energy of passion, drive, forward momentum, somebody who likes to take action. They like to be in a leadership role. It's kind of akin to the Emperor, but not somebody who's embodying all 4 kings, but very similar in approach, drive, and desire. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy. So I feel like there's an ending coming. Or ending, new beginning. It's transmutation. We're moving from one to another. And what I find interesting is we've got the Page and then we've got the Queen. Now, this could be somebody that you're dealing with, but it also could be your approach to situations. Aries is very passionate, driven, leadership, but they're also very controlling. and they want to be forceful in essence. They want things right now. They go after what it is that they want, as opposed to taking more of it's masculine energy. Now, a lot of people think that because you're male, you should be masculine and female should be feminine. We should be in balance with both, not one or the other. And we're talking about energies, not people's perceptions. So a masculine energy is very, I'm going after it. I'm taking action. It's mine. I'm taking it. A feminine energy is to know when to just go with the flow and allow things to come to you. Not everything needs to be strong-armed. With the Hermit, for some of you, this feels very much like, again, there was a time away, whether it's from a person and or an energy of control, or again, if you're moving away from a fire sign specifically. It's interesting. We have the 6 of Swords on the bottom. So when we tack that on, along with the High Priestess, Pisces energy, I feel like this is going to be the wrong way for you, but that's okay, because this is how I'm doing it. So we have this passion, drive, and forward momentum. There's no heart in it, and there's nothing wrong with fire energy, but there's some elements missing, if you will. Now, this could be, again, somebody you're dealing with. It also just could be the energy, the way that you're approaching your life, which with that hostility could be the case, just saying. But even if it's a person, I feel like the way that you were going at things with passion, drive, desire was needing to be shifted. So we're transmuting. Something's coming to an end in order for something new to begin. In that coming to an end, with the 6 of Swords, this is talking about moving away to a place that is mentally and emotionally calmer. It's a rite of passage. And in so doing, we're following our intuition. This would be akin to more feminine energy. I'm going to follow my intuition. I'm not going to think that I have to control every situation, every ounce of everything. I don't have to be the boss. I don't have to. And again, there's not necessarily anything wrong with it. But if you're going to be like Emperor energy, they embody all 4 kings for a reason. They have the water energy, the heart, the emotion. They have the air energy, the thought, the clarity, the truth. They have the fire, the passion, drive, and desire. And they have the earth, keeping things grounded and stable. They're all. This feels like either you were dealing with somebody that was very forceful, pushy, controlling, maybe manipulative, that wanted, very demanding, if you will, and or this was your energy. Either way, it's changing. Who or what is the King of Pentacles? It's interesting. I'm going to get to what you just said in just a second, because I find that I have a story for you. Okay. King of Pentacles. Again, a lot of you, the hostility is being pushed out towards a boss. So this fire energy could be a boss, your boss. Could be your energy, take it how it resonates. But this King of Pentacles is being clarified by the Hierophant. Higher level of commitment, King of Wands. There's definitely a fire sign here. If you're not dealing with a specific fire sign, you are dealing with fire sign energy, be it yours. Again, I feel more so like we're talking about somebody else. I feel like you're dealing with another person. But this King of Pentacles, again, grounded, stable, boss-like energy, also could be the fire energy. I feel like they're one and the same. Higher level of commitment. So what does a higher level of commitment mean? This is talking about, it could be a partner. It could be a work commitment. Take it how it resonates. It's some form of a commitment. I also feel like this is a silent whisper to have this higher level of commitment towards your own spiritual growth. Anyways, we have a higher level of commitment with the King of Wands. Now, again, King of Wands could be an entrepreneur. It could be your own business. This is your energy. Take it how it resonates. And with the Five of Wands, this is chaos, drama, and energy leak. So we have this higher level of commitment with somebody who's very charismatic, entrepreneur, passionate, driven, forward momentum, somebody who likes to take action, wants to be a leader, likes to be the star of the show kind of energy. And again, the higher level of commitment can be that it's your boss. It could be that it's the owner of a company because it is entrepreneurship. It could be your energy and you're just hostile because you're impatient. I don't know. Anyways, the Five of Wands tells me that this is drama and chaos and energy leak, meaning that your energy is all over the place. What is the Sun card? I'm like, give me some good news here, please. Nice. Honestly, I feel like this is a person. A fire sign. And I feel like King of Pentacles could either be, they could be acting like a fire sign, but really an earth sign. But more than anything, it feels like this is something that's grounded and stable for you, like a job, like a home. So I feel like there's a shift taking place. You're putting an end to an energy. A lot of you, I feel like this is also a mirror of your energy. So whomever it is that you're dealing with is really reflecting back to you how you come across. And the hostility, I feel like, is what's needing to definitely be shifted and changed. But I also feel like there needs to be a clarity and an understanding that, again, you're creating your own reality. The Sun card, what's illuminating, is you being able to take your power back with the strength. Being in your strength, your perseverance, your forward momentum is the only way, Leo energy, that you're going to get the Ace of Pentacles, a brand new opportunity. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, the Ace of Pentacles is something tangible. It could be a windfall of money. It could be a move, a new car, a new home, a new job. It's something tangible, but you must take your power back. And this energy is where we're getting the drama and the energy leak. We have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands, yes, it could be a union, a celebration of sorts, a wedding, an anniversary, a party, a graduation, and a moving up, celebration, whatever. But it also talks to me about entering into your templed path, moving on your templed path. So frankly, because this is not a direct message to one person, it is a collective. Some of you are dealing with a fire energy. Some of you are embodying this energy and you're literally, well, I heard pissing all over your own Cheerios, but blaming it on everybody else. So in the underlying, what's the Ace of Swords? I heard something is moving and shaking. Oh, for the love. All right, air signs. Ace of Swords. Nine of Wands. Nine of Swords. And the Moon. Pisces energy. Ace of Swords is coming in after you take your power back, which frankly, I feel like is the Hermit. You truly need to either seek out some kind of a spiritual coach, books, just step in that direction to your enlightenment, the waking up, the clarity. We have with the Nine of Wands, this is the wounded warrior. This is somebody who's been carrying around baggage. And whether you like it or not, we manifest 24/7. We are constantly manifesting by our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. They're turning to things. And so these are all old things that you've chosen to carry around. They're experiences that were just that, just an experience. It didn't define who you were or anything of that nature, yet you've been carrying them around like baggage. With the Nine of Swords, it's creating fear, stress, anxiety, overthinking, overanalyzing, hence the energy that you're in your underlying. With the moon, Pisces energy, in this specific spread feels like fear. It's being chummed up from fear and hidden secrets. Now, the hidden secrets, in essence, could be things that you've bottled up from childhood that you don't remember. It's time to set yourself free with the Six of Swords. Move into calmer emotional and mental waters. Take your power back. The only way to take your power back is to start thinking different thoughts. What are we taking our power back from? The Four of Swords in the reverse. The Three of Swords. Page of Pentacles. Well, the Four of Swords in the reverse is a lack of self-awareness and any kind of spiritual work, really, is what it feels like. It feels as though there's no truth and clarity, that there isn't any connection. You're not following your intuition or even listening to it. The Three of Swords is thoughts, creating things, emotional, breaking your own heart. And the Page of Pentacles, frankly, feels like that's what you're energetically moving around with. It's time to take the power back. And it's interesting because we have this Queen of Wands. Again, are you dealing with a fire sign? Have fire in your chart? Fire is very prevalent in your reading. What's the Four of Pentacles? And then there's the King. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. I'm getting a song. Well, first I heard Tiffany, and then I heard Carlisle. Carlisle? Melissa? Is it? I don't know. It's an 80s song, I believe. It's Hold On for One More Day. Break free from the chains. Hold on for one more day. Listen to that. I feel like it would be beneficial. Anyways, the Four of Pentacles. We have, with the Four of Pentacles, the Devil in the reverse, the Page of Wands, the Sun card, and the King of Cups in the reverse. What are we holding on to? Capricorn energy on the Devil. Devil in reverse. It's interesting because the Devil in reverse almost feels like a masking. Instead of breaking free, it almost feels masked. I feel like, so the devil, I should just explain, the devil is your shadow, right? Toxic behavior traits, with the Page of Wands. And the Page of Wands down here, this is what we're holding on to. It feels like they're still operating from the shadow, but almost like hidden. And it's coming through this Page of Wands. Masquerading. Okay. Did it take me this long to get the whole message? Thank you. The Page of Wands is a page. It's childlike energy. It's not a queen or a king. It's a page. I feel like the page energy is masquerading as a king or a queen. Like they know what they're doing. But this feels very, no, we're operating from shadow energy, and it's kind of newbie. How do I explain that? It's like very immature. With the Sun card, it's like holding on to the desire for that peace, love, happiness, the abundance, the happiest card in the deck, Leo energy. But we're operating from a King of Cups in the reverse, which is emotional manipulation, emotional blackmail. It is tantrums. It is drama. It is chaos. There's for some, it's even pertaining to a lack of consideration for others. It's like all about me, me, me. And don't get me wrong, selfish is good. But selfish is good in the respect of I take care of me before I try to take care of others, because if I'm not full in my cup, I'm no good to others. That's selfish. But to be like, I'm doing this, I don't care if I hurt your feelings, I don't care about you, I don't care about that. It's very, there's something that's being held on to. Now, for some of you, this could have been another person or an experience that happened that you're still holding on to. But I feel like there's a highlight. With the Sun card, I feel like there's being light shown on it. It's being illuminated for you in some way. Maybe it's the little voice that's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. Or, oh, maybe this or that. But I feel like there's just this underlying thing still holding on. Now, I also feel like you're still desiring the faith, the desire to have the forward momentum to move to this happy place. There's just a little bit of something that's being held on to. And again, it could be a person. Take it how it resonates. I don't know. Are you dealing with a fire sign or somebody who embodies that energy? Air signs, number 58, waste of your time. Interesting. Health. I'm here to support your journey towards wellness and balance. And I'm going to do one more. Gaslight. I will deliberately manipulate your perception of reality until you are doubting your own experiences and memories. If you are dealing with a fire sign, I feel like that is that. If you're embodying that energy, I feel like that's who you're being. So take it how it resonates. And again, it doesn't have to necessarily be a fire sign, even though fire sign was like screaming through your whole reading. Could be just somebody who embodies that energy, that's, a boss, that's bossy. So, but there's definitely hostility. It's an inward job. It is an inward job. All right, I'm going to shuffle and move on to water signs. Last but not leastly, the water signs, as I read the chat. Oh, is it Belinda Carlisle? Oh, poor Sean. Let's see what air has for me. Nothing good. I'll tell you that. I'd rather be a fire sign and an earth sign. Oh, it's Wilson Phillips. Huh. Well, maybe you're meant to listen to Belinda Carlisle as well. I thought that I almost said somebody else's name. Who was it? Now I don't know. Maybe there's a plethora of 80s songs that you need to rock out to. Okay. What's whose name? Did I not go all the way in the chat? I don't know if I got it all. Don't forget to hit the like button. Just thought I'd holler that out there for you. The like button. Da, 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 da. Oh, my name? It's Amber. Did you say my name was Crystal, Sean? Come on now. It's not a big secret. I guess I just don't have it anywhere. That's not true. I do. I have it on my other things, I think. Reaction King. Did you name yourself Reaction King because you like to get a reaction out of people? Is that the purpose behind that? That's what I thought of when you first, every time you comment, is that your desire is just to get some kind of a reaction out of people. Asking for a friend. Oh. Interesting tactic. Truly. All right. Water signs is 102.18. Really? The last reading was like... Oh, I get it. Maybe I don't get it. I don't know. All right. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I do give my feeling on the card along with any channel messages that come my way. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Feel free to watch your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or cross watch for somebody that you are dealing with. Okay. One more. Or two more. Is that two? Yeah. Well, Pisces. Well. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Okay. Overall energy for your reading. We have Angel of Love, number 49. I dig the Angel of Love. It feels very much like you're in your power, your true power, your true essence. The Angel of Love, to me, is water energy. It is that emotional, if you will. We have a number 14, Message of Concern. And number 26, Great Fortune. Kind of a mixed bag there. But I feel like you're more or less picking up on energies. Frankly, I feel like you do have great fortune coming, but for some of you, it's coming at a cost. It's coming at the cost of some type of ending taking place. Let's get into it. So we have the Lovers, soulmate connection, Gemini energy. I'm going to explain. I feel like I always have to explain this because if I don't say it for every sign, then somebody's going to miss it. Somebody new watching. And then, yeah, so here we go. This does not have to be a romantic situation. It definitely can be, but it doesn't have to be. We have all sorts of soulmates that come in and out of our life. Some stay with us for our entire lifetime. Some come and go. Like, it is what it is, whatever. And we have a Nine of Wands. I keep hearing it's the final nail in the coffin. So sometimes spirit's very literal. For some of you, there's a passing that's taking place. It's most likely something that you would already be aware of. But that could be the great fortune coming in pertaining to the concern. Like, yeah, I'm losing something or someone. But it's bringing in quite a bit of fortune. The Knight of Wands is the wounded warrior. This is energy of things that have happened over time, programming that you've been carrying around for far too long. I do like nines because it means that the 10 is coming, which is the end of an old cycle, unless you decide to repeat it, which I wouldn't want to. Oh, there we go. There's your ending of a cycle. You're putting an end to a cycle. This is the World card, Capricorn, Aquarius energy. It's a time of celebration, even if it's a celebration of life. This is an ending of a cycle, new things to come. And what a cycle is ending? The cycle that is ending is a soulmate connection that is something that is very long-term, that would have been a cause for quite a bit of wounds, if you will. So anything can be a wound, right? Like our first day of kindergarten can be a wound because there's an abandonment wound that some kids get. Our first time getting lost in a mall, again, wound, feeling scared, anything that triggers some kind of frightening, fearful, crying, something as a child, all the way roughly till about 7, is something that imprints within us, and then it's on repeat. And better yet, as if that wasn't enough, we also get imprinted from our parents and their woundings that's in them. So this cycle is coming to an end because there's somebody exiting your life. Now, it does not have to be death. I'm feeling that very strongly, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a friendship is leaving. Family is breaking up. There's some long-term situation with a soulmate. It's time for an exit. The cycles come to an end. With the Hanged Man, Pisces energy, you're being called to gain a new perspective. If anything, I feel like this old cycle ending is giving you that new perspective. In the underlying energy, that which is happening beneath the surface that you may or may not be aware of, we have number 6, contract. Pertaining to number 35, pathway. So, whatever contract you had with this person, it is shifting and changing. A new pathway is opening up. The butterflies is telling me that it's transition, and butterflies is all about change. The path is changing. The contract has changed. There's something that's shifting and changing. And if I can't be clear enough, the Tower card, Scorpio, Aries energy. This is life changing, whatever it is. Let's do a little clarifying, shall we? What's the Lovers? Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Lovers is being clarified by one more card. Thank you. Thank you. Ace of Swords. Clarity, truth, new way of thinking and believing. 8 of Cups. Emotional detachment. 4 of Swords. Rest, healing. It's interesting because I feel like what this person offered to you was truth and clarity, a new way of thinking and believing, a cutting through, honesty, seeing things for what they truly are or were. The emotional detachment, I feel like, is either your emotional detachment or they were always emotionally detached. Take it how it resonates. And I feel like this person in essence is, I feel like the departure possibly is offering some kind of rest and rejuvenation, but I also feel like this person in some essence helped with it feels very much like the soulmate connection brought truth, clarity to you. I'm not sure who emotionally detached or what the emotional detachment is, but there was definitely a rest and healing needing to take place. For some of you, this is, again, a crossing over. But truth and clarity is being gained. What's the Nine of Wands? Nine of Wands is being clarified by the Ace of Cups. The Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. The Five of Swords. The Seven of Wands. What I do like to see is that we have the 10 on the bottom, which tells me that is the end of this cycle. So the Nine of Wands, I feel like, was affecting your new emotional experiences. I feel like anything that you were creating or grounding was interesting. I heard possessed. And then I heard entranced. There was hints of this within it. With the Empress, fertility, definitely a time of growth and expansion, new beginnings, and rebirth. I feel like this is a double fold message because I feel in essence, when we finally come out of this situation, by we, I mean you, there is an energy of a new emotional beginning taking place, being able to turn your dreams into reality. But again, there's a need to move through all of this first. However, back to what we were talking about with the Nine of Wands, I feel as though your new emotional experiences, every emotion was tinted. I heard tainted. Tainted. Okay. With this, all of the new beginnings, every time you attempted to create something, it was brought forth with the Five of Swords and the Seven of Wands. So the Five of Swords is arguing, fighting, conflict, people talking about you behind your back, you talking about people behind them or about people behind their back. The Seven of Wands is resistance. It is an energy of protecting. But what you're protecting is the bad mouthing, the negativity, if you will. I heard at all costs. We do have a 10 of Wands, which tells me that you're going to finally drop all of this. This ick energy that has been infiltrating your life for some time. I will also say, again, that I do believe you have a new emotional experience coming in. You do have truth and clarity coming through for you. You do have rebirth and new beginnings, prosperity, abundance. What is this World card? Okay, so this is interesting. I'm seeing the Lorax. And the part of the Lorax that I'm seeing, and it's the newer one, is when the guy that looks like Mr. Spacely, I don't know what his name is, but he's the short kind of, I don't know if he's bald or has a hairpiece or whatever, but he's short. Makes me think of Mr. Spacely from the Jetsons. And he's talking about the tree, and the kid was like singing the let it live, blah, 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 whatever. And he's like clapping his hand, let it die, let it die. So that's what I'm feeling is allowing something to go. Don't stand in its way. Don't fight for it. Let it go. Whether this is somebody that's passing away or somebody that's moving away, let them go. And everything that came with it. The World card is being clarified by the Six of Pentacles, the Temperance card, and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. We reap what we sow. Again, I feel like there is great fortune, prosperity coming in divine timing with the Temperance card, Sagittarius energy. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse tells me that this is karma. That is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune in the upright is karma. One is good karma, meaning that whatever you put out there is coming back to you, wonderful, good energy. In the reverse, it's the same thing, except for it's not good, wonderful energy. I have a hair in my mouth. And it was attached. And I think I just yanked it out of the side of my head. Okay. You are going to reap what you've sown. And it's not to be scared or, we all do. Hence, that's how our life is. If you're not happy with what your life is, you can understand that it's what you've been sowing and you're reaping it. I feel like there's been now I'm hearing dirty deeds done dirt cheap. I believe that's AC/DC. So you are getting some kind of a windfall, a loan, some kind of finances coming in. But I feel like there's something that you or somebody that you're dealing with, so you can always flip the roles. There's something that was done dingy. Could be anybody. So if you're like, that's not me, I know who it is. It's my husband or my wife or my best friend or my mother or my father, whatever. Take it how it resonates. But the end of the cycle is coming, and there wasn't a whole lot of good stuff put into it. Because it takes a lot. In the upright, nobody's perfect. We're constantly, but in the upright, it's like, yeah, I put forth a lot of work, energy, and effort to be this good person and treat everybody with respect and love everybody and send kind words. And not because I needed a pat on the back or an attaboy, but because that's my true essence and I'm trying to get back to that. This is, I don't give an F about anybody else. It's all about me. This is some gnarly, like stealing, manipulation, lying. And it's not accidentally. It's not like, I effed up. Like, I didn't mean to hurt their feelings. No, it's like, I'm going to hurt their feelings because I know it's going to get a rise out of them. It's that kind of energy. This is very purposeful and plentiful. So whatever's coming back at you, or if you're like, this is not my reading, don't take it. But this is gnarly. What's the Hanged Man? And again, no shade. Like when it smacks you in the face and you're like, this sucks. Maybe it's a wake-up call to go within and change your ways. Or if it's somebody that you're dealing with, you're like, yeah, it totally makes sense. Like, I get it. Hanged Man. Getting a new perspective. Seeing things clearly. The Hermit. Spiritual awakening. Time to get into the truth of who you truly are and what you are. Which, if this is your energy and you're creating this ick, it's not your true nature. It's a choice you're making. Most likely from all this. Right? Not that that's an excuse, but just saying. Virgo energy. Going within. Figuring out your true passion, drive, desire. The Judgment card, Scorpio energy. The Judgment. Final Judgment. This is when we surrender and go in a new direction because we're no longer needing to control, force, manipulate, disintegrate, whatever. Like we find our higher self. And the Two of Wands. That's turning your back on the old and moving forward, the World card, minor arcana of the World card, into a new cycle. Let's not repeat the old one because it doesn't look good. And again, you're getting the windfall, but at what cost? That brings me to a whole nother subject that would take far too long to explain, but it's pertaining to manifesting on purpose, which I guess I'll do real quick. Wrong deck. When you're even manifesting on purpose, you always put it out there in the best way possible. Because if you're just like, I want this at whatever cost, this is the kind of cost that it could be. So, words matter. Thoughts matter. Emotions matter. What's the Tower? Which is interesting because I picked up the wrong deck to clarify. And when I laid it back down, the Tower's also on the bottom. So this is the life-changing, the contract coming to an end. 3 of Swords. Chariot. And the 8 of Swords. This is life-changing. And I feel like what's changing is the old thoughts and emotions that were breaking thy heart. Also, I heard playing the blame game, so take that how it resonates. This is giving you victory, success, and forward momentum. And I feel like it's victory, success, forward momentum towards breaking down the 8 of Swords. The old way of thinking, believing. And frankly, for some of you, it's the soulmate who got the clarity and truth. The soulmate who emotionally detached and left you in the lurch. The soulmate who moved forward and got the brand new emotional experience and a rebirth. And this was your response. For some of you, this is literally a story between you and another person, somebody moving in a new direction, spiritually evolving, ascending, and you staying in this. Or flip the roles. All right. Time is frozen. And then greed. I'm pursuing wealth and power with no regard for ethical or moral boundaries. And then I'm gonna pull this one. Obligation. You're a nuisance. I feel obligated to associate with you. Again, that's either you saying that to somebody or somebody saying it to you. Own it. If it's yours, own it. And then do better. Like, that's all there is to it. Ouch. Ouch, water signs. But you are coming up with some money. That's, you know. Is it worth it? Like, no. Anyways. Yeah, I know what AC/DC sings. I'm roughly, I grew up listening to AC/DC. Okay. All right, guys. I've been on here forever. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. Oh, I haven't listened to Rob Zombie in forever. I still like it. I mean, I don't not like it. I listen to upbeat, happy stuff mostly. Anyways. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Even though I'm still shuffling cards. I appreciate you all. I will see you on Friday. If anybody wants a personal reading, any coaching, any manifestation, coaching, any of that, feel free to contact me via email or Facebook Messenger for more information. Appreciate you all. I'll see you on Friday.